Good morning, Canadian Yarn Horde. My name's Alyssa, and today we're going to be making this little soap sack. As you can see, Maya's back there behind me, and I'm going to move you over to the overhead cam, and we're going to get started in just a second. Okay, so we are going to be making this cute little soap sack or mini purse. If you wanted to put a chain around here, you can make it a little mini purse. That's how it looks like with the soap in it. It's a little large, but that's okay. Some of the soap bars are a little larger. So what we're going to use is we're going to use a 4mm hook. And I'm going to be using this classic cotton from Loops and Threads. It is called Iris. This is a 4 medium yarn. They recommend a 4.5mm needle and a 5mm hook. I'm only going to be using the 4 because I don't want any holes. So we're going to start it. I'm going to take that off. Pull this out. We're going to do 10 stitches from the slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to do 1, 2, and you're going to do another 2 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 2. So there's your 3 chains. I'm going to now single crochet all the way down this line of 10 stitches to the slip stitch. Now I am going to add the slip stitch as well because it will be the stitch that I use to go around in the circle for my end stitch. So as you'll see, here's the last chain stitch, and now you're going to do 3 single crochets in the slip stitch knot. And I want to do this because I'm working this into the project. So you just kind of open it up a bit. Yep. So you're going to go in and you're going to do 1, 2, and 3 in that same stitch, and now you're just going to go in the holes on the back side of this stitch. Oops. So there's the next stitch, so you're going to go in there, and then the next stitch is right there. So each of the holes you see is where you're going to put your hook. Just keep building on that. So your next row is going to increase as well, which is simple. What you're going to do is when you get to the end of the chain stitches, so when you get to your chain stitches, which we're doing right now, so I'm going to pull that back because I will trim that now. We're going to pull. So now you're going to chain 2, and now you're going to do 2 crochets, single crochets in each one of these single crochets at the end of your work. So 1, 2 there. This is 1, 2, and 1 and 2. So then what you're going to do is you're going to single crochet all the way down to the next line. Then, like I said, this will be your last increase row. So this is the first one. So you're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. And then in the next one, you're going to do 2 more single crochets. And in the last one, you're going to do 2 more. Now you will not be increasing on the next row. So you're just going to follow the stitches along. Just like that. Here, and then slip stitch them together. Now this next row has no increase, which means just single crochet each and every stitch you come across, slip stitch the last one, chain 2, and start the next row. So you're going to do this for 4 inches to get this size. And you're just going to continue on, no increases, just single crochet all the way around, and then you're going to do that for 4 inches, and it's going to grow. I will be back when I've got my 4 inches to show you the next process. Okay, so I've got my 4 inches. I guess this guy had 12 inches, not 10, but it happens. So now what I'm going to do is I want to actually slip stitch a couple over. So now I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and you're going to just single crochet all the way across. You're doing the flap now. Do need to get a piece of thread and a needle to sew on the button, but you're going to do this for probably about 3 inches. Now you've got to the end. See how I'll take that last stitch. There we go. See how it's to each end? Now you're going to go 1, 2, turn, and you're just going to keep growing until you have, so there's your first one. So 1.5 inches, and then we're going to come back and do the buttonhole. Okay, so I've gotten to that. Now what you want to do is you want to sew the button in first, because you want to make sure, where's that needle? There it is. You want to make sure you get the right placement. Here's my button, so I want it right about there. So I'm going to come up through the bottom. Right about there. Through the button. Go back through. Now I'm going to tie it off, so that way I don't pull it through by accident, because that really sucks when that happens. And I'm just going to tie it off here, allowing me to know its exact placement, so that when I make the buttonhole, they should line up just fine. So now you're going to want to take the needle out a little bit, and out through that, tie up, going through another spot, and do that one more time, just to make sure you've got it nice and tight on there. And then you're going to tie off in here. So there's your button on. And if you are worried about that button coming up, you can always put a dollop of nail polish on it or glue. I do prefer nail polish. I do find nail polish doesn't leave that white residue. It's more clear. So I tend to use just an old clear top coat I have. And then you just kind of put it on them. And you let that dry. And as that's drying, now what you want to do, just kind of open that up, leaving that open. So now you're going to do your chain 2, 1, 2. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 7 stitches. So let's try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what we want to do is come down and you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then come here. So now you've got that little pocket. Make sure it fits. You want to make sure that fits in nicely. Like I said, you just want to kind of make sure that's not touching. So now you're going to finish the row off. And your last row for the top, or the flap, for lack of a better word, for the purse flap. 1, 2. You're going to do just like the last row, but at the 2 chain stitches, you're going to single crochet. So you just kind of keep going. So now this is a chain spot, so you single crochet 1, single crochet 2, and then finish the rows off, and then I am done. Darn in the ends, and I'll show you the finished project. So there's the last stitch. There's that. Don't need the hook anymore. Grab the darning needle. Go up like that. And then I always like to go along. There's a good spot. I double back. And I do like to double back just so that the tails don't come out on you. Bring that in. And cut that off. And that is a little mini soap sack, which, because I didn't have as many stitches, because like I said, that one's a little larger, so it's a little more of a purse. This one is a little more of a soap sack. So 10 stitches. It fits this particular soap bar nicely. This would be 12 stitches before I added the 2 extra chain stitches. So it would be 14 stitches or 12 stitches. So there you have it. There's the little mini purse soap sack. If you wanted, like I said, you could easily run a chain or a different handle. But there you have it. I do hope to earn your like and subscription today. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I hope you leave a like, subscribe, or comment questions or concern below. And I hope to see you again. Have a great day. Bye.